All right, welcome back, focused learners, to today's explainer. We're jumping right into what is absolutely the biggest buzzword in tech today. You've definitely seen it in the news, you hear developers obsessing over it, but what does it actually mean for us? Well, today we're going to break this down so simply that honestly a child could understand it, while still looking at the very real, very professional stakes of this whole thing. Okay, let's dive into this. If you listen to tech experts lately, there is one specific acronym that just keeps coming up over and over again: AGI. Everybody's talking about it. But, if you ask those exact same experts when it's actually going to arrive, you get wildly different answers. Seriously, some say it's a decade away, while others swear we'll see it in just 2 years. So what exactly is it? Well, AGI stands for Artificial General Intelligence, and in the tech world, this is literally the holy grail. We're not talking about asking your phone to set a timer. No, we're talking about the ultimate goal, where machines don't just mimic the way we think, but actually match it, and eventually completely surpass human cognition. And to really grasp this, you just need to understand one core concept: transfer learning. Think of it like this. When a kid learns to balance on a bicycle, they figure out how to keep themselves upright, right? Later on, if they want to ride a motorcycle, they don't have to start completely from scratch. They take that balancing knowledge and apply it to a totally new situation. While for a computer, reaching AGI means it can do exactly that. It can take knowledge from one specific area and apply it to literally any intellectual task a human can do. Section 1. Today's AI versus AGI, the leap from mimicking to understanding. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer contrast. Over on the left, we've got today's large language models, or LLMs. Now, they're highly skilled, right? Sometimes they seem absolutely brilliant. But the thing is, they're narrow. They're mostly just matching patterns they've seen before to write code or generate an image. But over on the right, we have future AGI. And AGI doesn't just mimic things. It genuinely understands. It learns and it adapts dynamically, exactly like we do, or maybe even better. Section 2. The coffee and cash tests. New real-world benchmarks for intelligence. Because current AI models are already passing things like the Turing test, experts had to come up with entirely new physical goalposts. One incredible example comes from Mustafa Suleyman over at Microsoft AI. He proposed a literal cash test. Basically, his benchmark for AGI is the exact moment you can hand an AI $100,000 and it turns it into $1 million entirely on its own. No human help, just the AI researching, investing, starting businesses, and making complex financial moves. Then you've got Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak, who proposed a totally different, highly physical test. He says AGI is achieved when a robot can walk into a stranger's house, find the kitchen, locate a mug, figure out how that specific coffee machine works, find the grounds, and successfully brew a cup of coffee. I mean, it sounds super simple to us, right? But the sheer adaptability required to navigate a completely unknown physical space like that, for a machine, that is a monumental leap. Section 3. The ultimate assistant, the dinner analogy. Let's bring this down to an everyday level to really see the difference. Imagine you want to make a meal out of an apple. Step 1, you go to Google. It just gives you links to recipes, and you still have to do all the reading and the actual work. Step 2, you ask ChatGPT. Now, it can playfully write you a recipe in the style of Taylor Swift, which is a really fun trick. But Step 3, AGI, is an entirely different ballgame. An AGI already knows your personal tastes. It proactively orders the missing ingredients to your house, hires a private cook, and when you get home from work, dinner is literally sitting right there, hot and ready on the table. It actually executes complex, real-world tasks for you. Now let's take that exact same concept and scale it way up to a massive geopolitical level. Imagine acting as a world leader and asking this ultimate assistant, how do I turn Uzbekistan into a top 10 global economy? An AGI wouldn't just spit out a Wikipedia summary. First, it would read literally every piece of economic data ever written in human history. Then, it builds complex models and runs simulations. It factors in demographics, climate shifts, local politics, the whole shebang. It crafts a flawless strategy, and then, acting totally on its own, it starts emailing government ministers in Uzbek to implement the plan. It's like a superhuman strategist who never sleeps, never eats, doesn't waste time scrolling social media, and just gets the job done. Section 4. Best and worst scenarios. The massive global stakes of AGI. looking at the extremes, on the left, we have the best-case scenario. AGI becomes the ultimate tool for humanity. We're talking about solving climate change, curing complex diseases like cancer by running millions of biological simulations, and sparking a new golden age where innovation has absolutely no limits. But looking over to the right side, we have the worst-case scenario. In this outcome, an AGI logically decides that humans are just inefficient, carbon-based error machines. It might simply calculate that the easiest, most logical way to fix the planet's problems is, well, to eliminate the humans causing them. Section 5. The reality check. We are not yet on the brink of Skynet. So the crucial point here, before anyone starts to panic, is to understand the fundamental physical limits computers still heavily struggle with today. Right now, AI struggles immensely with spatial recognition. Just understanding the 3D space of a room is incredibly tough for it. Plus, they completely lack human sensory perception. They can't feel, smell, or naturally hear the world. And honestly, the biggest bottleneck? Running an AGI requires absolutely enormous amounts of energy and computing power, which is incredibly difficult to sustain right now. However, dismissing AGI as just pure science fiction because of those limits, that would be a huge mistake. Virtually every major expert agrees this technology is coming fast. The timeline might be a little fuzzy, sure, but it is coming. And the harsh reality is that society, our laws, our economies, we just aren't ready for a technology that will completely rewrite the rules of intelligence. Which brings us to our final slide and a really profound question to leave you with. When we finally build machines that can outthink us, outplan us, and out-execute us in absolutely every single domain, what does it actually mean to be human? It's a question that isn't just for computer scientists anymore. It's for all of us. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, Focus Learners. Keep asking questions, keep looking at the data, and we'll see you in the next one.